Yeah, what up, though, family? What up? You know what it is. T the Shirt Guy here. Welcome to this Cloth Talk channel. What we doing over here? Another day at the shop on the set. Trying to get this stuff together. Working on it. We've been making a little progress with the shop. I mean, over here, we in the content creation space. But my main space for interviewing and stuff like that, my interviewing space, is looking much better. Remember last time I spent up here and there was no ceiling up here. We're getting it together. This what it look like, when you have to apply that knowledge. When you apply the knowledge, when you walk into your purpose, when you done got the information, and now it's time to work the information. This is what it looked like. I've been through my phases. What's up, though, family? It is I, says me. T the Shirt Guy here, man. Hey, look, I think we getting it wrong. I think we get mixed up. We get it mixed up with, we get knowledge mixed up with information. That's what I think. Let me say it right. I think we get knowledge mixed up with information. I do. We think having the information is having the knowledge, and that's not the case. Well, that's not my belief. That's not what I think. I think having the information can point you in a direction to where you can attain the knowledge. That I do believe. That's what I think. I think you can attain the knowledge with the right information. Like, look. Shout out to my family, Summer from the 6. Now look, my son don't know my number, so he don't have knowledge of my number, but he got the information in his phone. You get it? So he don't have the knowledge, but he has the information. That's a small analogy, a simple and easy laid out analogy, but that's basically what sums it up right there. So. Let's check it out. Now, I got the information on shirts, on doing shirts, on silk screening 10, 12, I think about 13, 14 years ago, actually. About 14 years ago, I started getting the information on how to produce and make your shirts. I went up in 2006, we started Detroit Connection. And it gathered up a lot of the East Side rap groups that had actual labels and CEOs with actual artists, right? So we come together. At that time, we had appointed Al Nuke, the president of the organization. It was like 15, 16 different labels, actual labels. Some was groups, and they was working, getting that shit together, but. So I went up at All World. We go up at Al Nuke's location. It was All World Studios. Excuse me. So Al Nuke had All World Studios, right? In the back of the shop, Al Nuke was doing him, Rick D, Science. Shout out to the family. Was doing silk screens. So they doing the silk screen. They making their own merch and all of that. That was the first time I saw that. I always wanted to do that, and I always wanted to produce the merch that we was doing for Deep East Entertainment at the time. So I walked in, I see what they doing. Now I would ask a few questions. I even sat with Science and Rick D on a couple of occasions, and I was just getting the information. So I'm getting the information on the things, on what it takes. So at that same time, I meet my man KD from Ink Impressions. He was doing silk screening, and he was the one that was doing the silk screening for the organization. So he was the official merch man, you know what I mean? He the shirt guy, and he was in promotion. He came in as a promoter for what we was doing for the organization, Ink Impressions. And then so I got with KD and started getting the information on what it was to do to make a silk screen, to produce silk screens. You know what I mean? So, and then I started fucking with KD, and how I started first. Now I'm getting the information. He would teach me some shit like this. He'd tell me some shit like this. This is this is what a silk screen is. It's gonna take this much right here. We gotta first get a silk screen template made. Then we gotta go. That's gonna cost something. Then we can bring it back, and then we can print it, and we can charge this and that. So I'm getting the information on how the things go, but I never was doing shit, so I ain't got no knowledge of this. I'm only getting the information. It's a difference. So what he did was he let me come in and start helping him produce some of the shirts, some of the material. It was so many different labels. It was so many different companies. So he had a hell of a workload, you know what I mean? So it was beneficial for me to be able to come in and at least try to check out what he's doing and be an assistant. So this real talk. This is some 2006, 2007 shit. Going into 2008 and shit like that. At the same time, we was throwing an annual picnic. So we had a few things that was coming up while I'm helping him getting this information on how to do this. Something jumped bad. Boom. It jumped bad. An incident jumped bad. KD ended up having to go sit down for a minute, right? So now I'm out here. Me and my guy Topton came home, and he been trying to work his thing too. So we working on this shit. He started learning how to produce, how to make a silk screen from scratch, like directly at your house. Nobody was doing this. These only two people I ever saw do silk screening in my face, an actual official silk screen, was Al Nuke, KD. And the only two I ever seen do this shit. And then Top pop up with some of the information. You know, YouTube come out. YouTube got a standardized little video, little tutorial doing the basics information. It's coming from some white boys. They doing it from a home builder, home improvement contractor standpoint, to where they building everything, but it was getting the job done. The basics of the basic information was there. We didn't attain the knowledge on how to produce a silk screen until we sat there and physically used the information that was given to us on YouTube. This no shit. This is real talk. And my man Top always a thinker, so he was trying to figure out a way how to cut that price, what we was paying to get those silk screens produced first, and then we can bring them back and get the money. Top say, shit, I'm finna figure out a way how to do that part right there. We can cut out that situation, that little need, and we'll bring that inside the house. So I said all of that to say this, because it's been 10 years of me applying the information to where I attained the knowledge. I got the knowledge on this shirt shit to the fullest. To the fullest. It ain't too many questions that you can ask me that I can't answer and point you in the direction that you need to go. It took me attaining the knowledge though. I had to walk in the information. I had to use the information. I had to apply the information for me to be able to respectfully say, and for me to be qualified to say, yeah, I got the knowledge of this t-shirt shit. And I can speak so plainly on it and so bluntly on it just like that. Because if I was only had the information, I would always have to refer to somebody else who actually had the knowledge. It's a difference between having knowledge and having information. If you were in the state, they say this is an information era. Well, I guess you would say that if you were 1920, but I'm not 1920. My information era was 20 years ago. I'm in the era of application. So this is my actualization era. I'm no longer dreaming and plotting and planning. I'm in the age of manifestation, actualization, and I'm in the stage of application of the knowledge from the information that I received. There's a big difference from having the information and attaining the knowledge. Don't never get it mixed up. You do know something, but you don't know enough. This T the Shirt Guy, man. I ain't finna hold you up. 1.